Welcome to Dreamy Tales, where soothing stories guide you into a peaceful night's sleep. Enjoy imaginative bedtime stories that take you on a journey to the land of dreams, accompanied by relaxing background sounds to help you unwind and drift off easily. Perfect for both children and adults, Dreamy Tales is your ideal companion to relax, wind down, and enjoy tranquil moments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it with others. Tune in, relax, and let your mind wander into a world of calm and serenity with us. In a land far, far away, nestled among rolling hills and sparkling rivers, lay the kingdom of Celestria. It was a place where sunshine seemed brighter, flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, and music floated through the air like a gentle breeze. At the heart of this magical land was a grand castle adorned with shimmering banners, and its towers reached up toward the sky, as if to touch the clouds. Within this castle lived Princess Madeleine, a kind and clever young woman with hair like golden sunshine and eyes that sparkled like the stars. More than her beauty, it was her enormous heart that endeared her to everyone in Celestria. She cared deeply for her people, always finding ways to bring joy and comfort to their lives. However, as she strolled through the castle gardens one sunny morning, she noticed something strange. Despite the beauty of the kingdom, many villagers appeared solemn, their laughter gone, as if a shadow had dimmed their hearts. Princess Madeleine's heart ached at the sight. Why have they lost their laughter? She wondered aloud, watching the cheerful birds and busy bees flitting around the garden. She felt determined to restore joy to her beloved Celestria. As she pondered how best to help, an idea began to form. She would create a magical potion, a potion that would make everyone laugh and bring happiness back to the kingdom. Without hesitation, Princess Madeleine dashed to the castle library. Its tall shelves overflowed with ancient scrolls, dusty tomes, and delicate manuscripts filled with enchantments from centuries past. She searched through them with purpose, finally finding the perfect spell that would give life to her idea. The potion she envisioned required rare and magical ingredients, each one capable of capturing laughter and happiness in its purest form. But gathering these ingredients would be no easy task. Realizing she needed help, Princess Madeleine called upon her three best friends, Sir Pip, a brave knight with an unshakable loyalty, Mary, a clever, mischievous fairy with wings that shimmered like dew, and Whiskers, a wise and gentle cat who, thanks to an ancient spell, could speak. Together, the friends agreed to set out on this noble quest, each ready to do their part in bringing laughter back to Celestria. Their first task was to find the essence of a giggling brook. According to the spell, this would give the potion its initial spark of joy. The friends journeyed deep into the enchanted forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the flowers giggled as they brushed past. After a long walk, they reached a sparkling brook hidden in a sunlit grove. The brook's water bubbled and laughed as it flowed over smooth stones, filling the air with the sound of cheerful laughter. Mary, with her tiny, fluttering wings, sprinkled fairy dust over the brook. A small crystal vial appeared in her hands, and she carefully captured the essence of the brook's laughter within it. As the brook's giggles filled the vial, the friends found themselves laughing along, their spirits lifted by the sound. With the first ingredient secured, Princess Madeleine and her friends continued on, feeling the enchantment of the brook's laughter echoing in their hearts. The next ingredient on their list was the feathers of a ticklish owl. They knew of an old owl named Hoots who lived high in the forest's tallest tree. Hoots was famous for his wisdom and his ticklish feathers, though few had ever seen him laugh. After an adventurous climb, they found Hoots, his great amber eyes blinking as he observed them from his perch. Princess Madeleine explained their quest, and Hoots agreed to help, on one condition: they had to make him laugh first. Sir Pip tried telling a joke, but Hoots only tilted his head, unimpressed. Mary, however, began to flutter around, performing a funny little dance, tripping over her own feet and pretending to stumble. Hoots' beak quivered, and soon he was laughing so hard that his feathers shook with delight. He shed a few of his prized feathers, which floated gently down to Princess Madeleine, who caught them with a grateful smile. With the ticklish feathers in hand, the friends thanked Hoots and set off once more, laughing at Mary's antics as they went. The third ingredient was moonbeam nectar, which could only be collected from flowers that bloomed in the moonlit glen. They arrived at the glen as night fell, the landscape glowing under the light of the full moon. Here, silvery flowers called moonbeam blossoms opened their petals, revealing tiny pools of glowing nectar within. Mary used her tiny wand to coax the nectar from the blossoms, each drop shimmering like liquid starlight as it pulled into another crystal vial. The friends watched in awe as the glen sparkled with moonlight, casting an otherworldly glow on everything around them. With the moonbeam nectar safely captured, they knew they were halfway to completing their potion. Princess Madeleine's heart soared as she thought of the happiness they would soon bring to Celestria. The next ingredient was a laugh from Grumble, a gentle giant who lived high in the misty mountains. Grumble was known for his fearsome appearance but kind heart, and his laughter was as loud and hearty as thunder. After a long climb up the rocky slopes, they finally reached his cozy cave, where Grumble greeted them with open arms. He invited them to share a meal, and over dinner, Princess Madeleine explained their quest. Grumble was delighted to help but asked for a favor in return: they had to tell him the funniest story they knew. Whiskers cleared his throat and told a tale of a mouse who thought he was a lion, complete with dramatic gestures and roaring sounds. The story had Grumble in fits of laughter, his deep chuckles shaking the very ground. Princess Madeleine quickly captured his laughter in a magical bell, its chimes now carrying Grumble's mirth. Grumble thanked them warmly and wished them luck, waving as they descended the mountain with their precious new ingredient. The final ingredient on their list was something truly extraordinary: the sparkle of a dragon's sneeze. This was known to be the rarest and most unpredictable of all magical components, as it could only be obtained under very particular circumstances. The friends had heard tales of Ember, a gentle dragon with shimmering green scales and warm amber eyes, who lived in a hidden valley surrounded by misty hills and blooming wildflowers. Ember was a reclusive creature who rarely ventured out of his valley, but he was known for his warmth and kindness, as well as for his bouts of sneezing fits whenever spring pollen drifted into the valley. As Princess Madeleine, Sir Pip, Mary, and Whiskers approached Ember's valley, they could see the wisps of smoke curling above the treetops, a sign that the dragon was close. The valley was filled with thick, blooming flowers, their bright petals releasing a cloud of shimmering pollen into the air. Each flower seemed to glow with its own light, casting a dreamlike atmosphere over the valley. Ember greeted them with a friendly rumble, his voice deep and warm. He was delighted to have visitors, especially ones on such a noble quest. Princess Madeleine explained their need for his sneeze, blushing slightly as she described the odd request. Ember chuckled, a sound like rolling thunder, and nodded his large, scaled head. "I'd be happy to help," Ember said with a warm smile, "but these sneezes are rather tricky to summon. Sometimes they come all at once, and other times, well, it might be a while." Just as Ember finished speaking, a gentle breeze stirred up the pollen in the valley, causing the dragon's nose to twitch. Ember scrunched his eyes shut, and his nostrils flared, signaling an oncoming sneeze. Mary, ever the quick thinker, quickly pulled out a silver jar from her bag, ready to catch the sparkles that would appear. Ah! Ah! Ah-choo! With a mighty sneeze, Ember let out a burst of glowing sparkles, each one a tiny, shimmering star that floated through the air like fireflies. The friends gasped in wonder as the sparkles illuminated the valley, filling it with a radiant light that danced on the leaves and flowers around them. Mary deftly held out the jar, allowing the sparkles to settle inside as they twinkled with a magical energy that seemed to pulse with life. But Ember's sneezing fit wasn't quite over. Another sneeze erupted, sending even more sparkles into the air, creating a sparkling cloud that filled the valley with colors of silver, blue, and gold. This time, Sir Pip helped Mary secure the jar, each of them marveling at the beauty and rarity of this magical ingredient. The jar was soon brimming with sparkles, each one containing a fragment of Ember's fiery magic. Once the sneezes subsided, Ember laughed, a little embarrassed but pleased to have helped. "I hope this is enough for your potion," he said, watching as the friends secured the jar with utmost care. The sparkles glowed even through the glass, casting a faint light that reflected the warmth of Ember's own heart. Princess Madeleine approached Ember with a grateful smile. "This is more than enough, dear Ember," she said, bowing respectfully. "Your kindness and these precious sparkles will surely bring laughter and joy to all of Celestria." Ember beamed with pride, wishing them luck on their journey back. With the final ingredient in hand, the friends thanked Ember once more and began their journey back to the castle, their hearts light and full of excitement. The sparkles from Ember's sneeze seemed to pulse with magic even as they traveled, as though they held a piece of Ember's fiery spirit within them. As they reached Celestria, the castle's grand hall awaited them, filled with a hush of anticipation. Princess Madeleine carefully poured each ingredient into a crystal cauldron, watching as the essence of the giggling brook, the ticklish feathers, the moonbeam nectar, Grumble's laughter, and Ember's sparkles combined in a swirling, colorful display. With each stir, the potion began to glow brighter, casting a warm, magical light over everyone present. At last, the potion was ready, bubbling with vibrant colors and filling the hall with the scent of joy itself. Princess Madeleine poured a single drop onto the ground in the village square, and in an instant, laughter and joy burst through Celestria, restoring happiness to every heart. Thus, thanks to Ember and all of her loyal friends, Princess Madeleine had created a potion of laughter and light, a potion that would forever bless Celestria with unity, happiness, and endless laughter. The kingdom became known as a place of joy and enchantment, and its story was passed down for generations to come.